Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tech Tip Tuesday. We're rounding out the month. Man, here we are, January 28th. Woo, first month of 2025 under our belts. And seems like it was one heck of a ride. I love it. January is a lot of fun. My name's Ken Close. I am a Healy World member, like most all you guys probably joining on here. Engineer and pioneer and lover of Healy extraordinaire. And I'll tell you what, I'm really excited to be back. I was on a little bit of an adventure down in Washington, D.C. But hey, I'm back in here, and I know that Jake and Henry had things covered, right? You guys were crushing it.
We had some fun last week. Yeah.
Right
We
on.
missed you, but we had some fun.
Well, you guys know Jake Barron. Hey, Jake, thanks for being here, head of operations for Americas. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Ken. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everyone.
Good on you, wherever you are. I love it. And we've got, is it Christian is our helper tonight?
Yeah, he'll be helping us out in the chat here in a little bit. So
Excellent. Well, hey, welcome, Christian. Everybody say hello to Christian. And I love that we have a customer service person with the lightning fingers in the background helping us out. And so those of you who are brand new to Tech Tip Tuesday, I don't know if there's any of you that are new, but let me just tell you, for those that are watching and tuning in later, Tech Tip Tuesday is a chat-based forum where you guys put your questions into the chat. Myself, Jake, Christian tonight, and sometimes the audience, we come in and we unpack those fun subjects, give you some references, some information, some education, some examples, whatever we can give you. We give it all and help you guys understand a little bit more about this amazing, incredible technology. What we don't talk about, what we can't do, is we can't treat, diagnose, or prevent any diseases. So we can't really ask or answer any questions about that. We have resources to point you in the right directions, I guess, if that's something you need to know more about. But Healy has great tools for assessing, evaluating, and helping you out in making those kind of decisions. So, so we can get you the right stuff, I guess you might say.
yeah.
I think we are set. Pretty much, I think you got all the information you need, how it works. Let's get this party started. What do you think?
Sounds great. Let's do this.
All right, guys. Well, let me, I was just getting my Healy charged up again. I mean, it's one of those things. I'm constantly using this thing and using the battery up and then pulling a backup Healy for a minute. And yeah, here we go again. So, all right, guys. What do you got? Any questions yet?
I've got a couple questions here. So first one is, recently the Analyse app, or the Blue Dot app, has started to randomly not list all the apps, i.e. pain, I guess probably the program groups or programs. It doesn't matter which model I use. I normally use the Pro, since the pink dot has all the various apps. How do I fix this issue? Thanks. So this is one I have not heard before, as far as in the Analyse app not listing all of the programs. I'm assuming this is the question here, because in general, the Analyse app, when you're doing an analysis, there's one configuration basically. And then, like, say, for example, when you're doing all Healy programs or something like that, no matter which edition you have, you're doing analysis on the same programs. It even includes programs that you don't have access to in the Healy 2 app. Like, for example, maybe you don't have access to Energy Cycle, which is just specific to the Obsidian edition. But as far as it not being able, so maybe in the chat you can put, is it when you're doing all Healy programs, or if you just try to pick just the pain program, you're missing stuff there? I'm just curious. I've not heard about this, but let's see if we can figure this out on the call here.
So basically, it's no matter which. Now it was saying no matter which model. In other words, it'd have to be model that was at least had the blue app, or functionality of a resonance or above, or a holistic plus, right?
Yeah, I'm just confirm something with mine. Like I see all the pain programs, or as it's referred to in the app, the stimulation program group there too. So when I'm looking at mine, I see them. So I'm trying to figure out exactly where this might be popping up. And of course, we one of the, and if you haven't done it already, one of the standard troubleshooting steps would be just to do a delete of the Analyse app and reinstall, and do like a fresh install there, and see if something weird might be going on with your app. But as far as I understand, there hasn't been any changes to any of the Analyse app configurations that would prevent certain pain or stimulation programs from showing up.
Yeah, there should be no reason for an absence. If you've got the ability to do an analysis, and
I'm curious, because you mentioned that pain at one time was shown on the primary listing. Do you see the stimulation program group listed there? Or is that, I'm just trying to see, maybe it's just a naming difference here too. No, both are missing. So, and is that the only program missing? A program group? Yes. So, Christian, I know you're here on the call. Maybe you can send Christian, Healy Tech Support Christian, a private message here via the Zoom chat, and with the serial number, maybe you can take a look at the configuration to see if it's something weird. I have not heard of anything specifically related to the pain or stimulation program groups being missing, or like the only thing missing. So I don't know, maybe Christian can take a deeper dive into your particular model. But yeah, I know you did mention that it's all of your Healy editions too that you're having this particular issue.
yeah, which would make me lead to believe that maybe an app misfunction is going on as opposed to a device misfunction.
Yeah.
Because it's the app that actually interfaces with the device, and if something is going on with the app itself. And as Jake mentioned, to delete that app. Now, remember, guys, whenever you delete an app on your smartphone, it doesn't matter if it's Healy or anything else, turn your smart device off, cycle it off, and then turn it back on, allowing it to reallocate all the cache connections that that app was consuming with your CPU, the resources on your smart device. So when you delete the app, turn your smart device off, turn it back on, then reinstall the app, then reestablish connection with your hardware, your Healy hardware, and give it another shot. Making sure, by the way, folks, when you reinstall the app, go to your app store. Okay, so a couple of tips is, you want to go to your app store. You're going to have to anyway. And it's going to have a little down arrow. If it's an iPhone, it's going to have a little down arrow, like it's already pulling it from the cloud, but you're pulling it from your app store. It's going to have the most current version. So if there's any updates to the app, that's going to simultaneously take place. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully, Christian can get some resolution there.
Yeah, let's see. I think we'll either figure out during the call, or we can follow up later tomorrow too. For some reason, it's something that we can't resolve today.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
We like interesting questions. It's a good way to start the call.
Love it. Love it. Okay, so Lindley's wanted to explore something you guys were talking about last week, about electrolytes to water, adding electrolytes to water. Let's see. She said, I found an interview with Doc Steve, who recommended adding a bit of pink Himalayan salt or Celtic sea salt to water to enable our bodies to retain the water and hydrate well. So we're not really retaining water. We're actually increasing the amount of minerals within our body, which minerals are a conductive instrument. Essentially, the minerals do a lot of work. They're kind of the workers. In fact, our brain is a mineral engine. It loves minerals. Our entire nervous system is conductive because of electrolytes, and in fact improves that conductivity. Magnesium and potassium is one of the couple of the electrolytes, the minerals that help us, the nervous system, to work function better, less cramping, less, less twitches and things like that. Those are little glitches within our nervous system. Electrolytes are huge because they also increase and improve microcurrent flow. Now microcurrent flow, whether you're connected via the wristbands or even if you're using the coil and there's a magnetic field hitting your body, it turns that magnetic field, that wave, into electron flow into the body. That's actually a transducer. The body's this walking, talking antenna, and it's water in which the medium is doing that that switching. So yes, water is essentially a necessity, but electrolytes are also an added necessity. I always recommend making sure that you've got a good electrolyte regimen. There are certain sea salts, natural organic salts out there that have more minerals than others. Of course, Himalayan sea salt, Celtic sea salt, Baja gold salts. These kind of salts are great for that. So, and of course, there's electrolyte supplements you can get, right? That are just about electrolytes. Now, remember this, there's electrolytes that are identified as electrolytes. And then there are minerals, which include electrolytes, that are necessary for the whole body's function. So how far do you want to go? All the way.
Yeah. Okay. So the last week, the question that was asked was, someone has some clients that like to use electrolyte powder in their water before their sessions or during their sessions, and the question was, is that okay? And I was like, absolutely, sure, go ahead. The better, the more hydrated, the better the experience during the particular session. So whether it's before the session or during the session or after the session, all very important there. So
yeah, for sure. It's just going to improve the session, right? It's just
yeah,
going to make all of what Healy does for us, no matter how you're sending it to the body, it's just going to make all of that more effective. So you're essentially building a vessel, a body that's more available for absorption and interaction with that signal. So definitely 100% add them up. Okay. I want to address something too, to some of you guys that are on the call. Now we have the Telegram group. We have different groups out there where, we have a lot of people in there, a lot of great Healy people, but there's also people that join these big groups because there's lots of people, and they join these groups as trolls, as data mining. And so you may get messages or impersonations from some of the leaders in that group. We try to catch them and kick them out. But if I just want to assure everybody that if you ever get a message from me, I will never try to solicit you for anything. I will never ask for money, nor will Jake or any of the
nope.
in there. So just be very mindful of what's going on in terms of somebody connecting, trying to connect with you for some financial gain or some business model. That's not what we do. You'll never get that from me, I promise. And nor from Jake or any of their staff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What else we got? I don't see. Let's see. Okay. It looks like Christian's handling the issue with that other device. Oh, here's a question. Good one. Above each app, there's a symbol. Where can I learn the meaning of each symbol? So there's a couple of things on the app page itself. If you're looking at the pink app with the programs there, there is a 3 letters, IMF. These are programs that are optimized for the coil or the electron flow with the leads. The coil actually specifically is optimized for coil use. Individualized microcurrent frequencies is what that IMF means. And then there's, of course, this icon. And it's kind of, I don't know exactly, it's kind of a mystery what those icons or those designs are for, the actual pictures themselves. Maybe you got some kind of a super secret decoder ring, Jake, but
I don't.
I don't know what they are exactly. They're all unique a little bit so that you can kind of tell this one from another.
Mhm.
But the significance is that the ones who have that IMF, the three little letters above to the side of that icon, those are just telling you that those programs are ones optimized for the coil use. And you'll notice that some don't have that. That's because they're simply usually an acute program designed for specific implementation, the way that the app is telling you to do it, aka most of the time the leads in a certain place. So big difference there. Hopefully that's what you're talking about. If that's the app symbol you're talking about here, yeah, that's what it's all about. Okay. What else has been happening, Jake? Seems like, if we're gone for a week, it seems like a month.
Uh, yeah, it has been a little bit. Let me see here. I was trying to pull up something. Oh. Go back.
Let's see. So here's a bit of a follow-up, I think maybe. So owner, I'm not sure what your name is, but it says owner here as the identifier here on our group. It says that I recently started using the power of 3. I'm starting to notice that the Heal Advisor, that many responses, the second app, and after list the power of 3 is interesting. How often they get listed.
I guess talking about when you do a resonance analysis, that the results happen to have power of 3 in there a lot, in their top 5. So.
Well, so if you're asking the question, is it correlated to the fact that maybe you started using the power of 3 programs recently, and then when you do a scan, now they're showing up more often as scan results? Is there a correlation there? Well, your consciousness is your correlation. When you attach to something, a banana, I mean, whatever you attach to in your mind, your consciousness, where you place your attention is where you place your energy. And when you place your energy on something, your consciousness is leaning towards that. And so when Healy is taking a look at you as a consciousness, it's leaning on something that you're aware of. So if it shows up more often as a result for bridging, because again, that's what it's doing, right? It's taking the client and then the database you've chosen and then bridging the gap of need for alignment based on the database you chose. If your conscious is already open and it believes and surrenders to the effectiveness of something, it's going to weigh more. It's going to weigh more. Like you've heard of the placebo effect, right? Okay, so your mind has decided that something's going to work. Healy's not going to reinvent the wheel. It's not going to try to push you uphill. It's going to say, well, your consciousness is accepting this. It's going to pull it in, and it's not unusual. You'll see it more often. Does that make sense? I mean, it's an objective observer weighing on your consciousness. It's your consciousness is influencing that random noise generator.
Yeah.
I love it. It's brilliant. If I can predict
Yeah.
it. whenever things are happening with me, I can predict because like something new comes in my life and I'm just honing in on it and practicing it. And it's all about that. It's going to show up more in my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ken is, I think are we
Yeah.
caught
We're
up?
caught up.
Yeah, Christian's putting some, yeah, some great details there in the chat as far as also what you just touched on there, as far as the consistent results in the, when doing an analysis there too. So, but as far as what's new, there was actually, we like to do world premieres on Tech Tip Tuesday. It's one of the benefits of joining this call live. But I was going to share my screen and just show something here that was just added to our YouTube channel earlier today. So we've talked about this a little bit. Our new Healy short section. So this is in our Healy World Americas YouTube page, and every couple of weeks we post a new one here. And we had one about the trick on how to test your connection cables, how to troubleshoot your Healy device with a quick, hard reset. The importance of hydration. That was a fun one that we did there in the office. Understanding the 3 different positions on the Mag Healy to switch. So position 1, 2, and 3. And then today, brand new one, Henry just put together this masterpiece of discovering the full potential of the Healy Gold Edition. It's kind of an overlook. It's our entry level edition, most affordable one. But a lot of people just assume, okay, Gold Edition, it just comes with the Gold Cycle, but there actually comes with more than that too. So, so this is just a quick video. We have some time.
Hey there! In this video, we're going to take a closer look at the Healy Gold Edition. And you might be surprised to know that it offers much more than just the Gold Cycle programs. Yes, the Gold Cycle programs are an incredible starting point for wellness and balance, but here's what else you'll find in the Healy Gold Edition. First, you'll find the programs Pain and Pain Locally from the Pain and Stimulation program group, which are designed to support your body when dealing with physical discomfort. You'll also gain access to the Bioenergetic Support program group, which includes 3 powerful programs that help strengthen and balance your bioenergetic field. These programs are Bioenergetic Boost, Coherence, and even one of our latest programs, Cosmic Growth, which supports natural growth dynamics by utilizing frequencies that follow the Fibonacci sequence. That's not all. The Healy Gold Edition also comes with the expert area on the Healy 2 app, which allows you to access personalized programs from time waiver specialists. And last but not least, to make it super easy to find the right program for your needs, the Healy Gold Edition also comes with the Heal Advisor Search module, a fantastic tool that allows you to create a program schedule based on your current needs. That way you will not only know what programs to run, but also when to run them. As you can see, the Healy Gold Edition is a perfect starting point to familiarize yourself with some of the capabilities of Healy. But when you're ready to explore everything Healy has to offer, remember that you can easily upgrade to other editions and unlock even more incredible features and programs by simply navigating to your Healy account on our official Healy website. So, what are you waiting for? Take advantage of our incredible promotions and go get your Healy Gold Edition today. Hey there!
Awesome. So yeah, this is one of the newest features here. Sometimes it's a tech tip, sometimes it's something that's trending right now. We've got some cool sort of focused promotions on the Healy Gold Edition for the first quarter here in 2025. So yeah, it's Healy Gold's more than just the gold cycle programs too. There's a lot of different things you can do with it as well. It's a great starting point for, as Henry mentioned, for anyone new to frequencies as well. It can always upgrade later. So.
And I think we need to nominate Henry Pena for an Oscar. I mean, that's some great stuff there, Henry. Woohoo!
The awards, yeah.
We'll have the Healy Oscar Awards. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, and Henry does all the editing for these videos himself. He films it, he edits it, the script too. So, awesome job, and a great new sort of section available on our YouTube channel that we're looking forward to doing more with in 2025.
So we got screenwriter, director, actor. Man, he's got all he's gonna win them all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm just the occasional supporting actor. And
Yeah. Hey, co-stars. Hey, they get the
co-director sometime occasionally, extra, maybe just an extra on the background.
just walking across the set.
Yeah.
All right. I love it. Well, good stuff. So Lindley's saying, thanks for this. Didn't know how much more Healy Gold did. So yes, definitely Oscar award.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to create these his videos. So.
It's amazing how, you think, all the cool stuff about Healy, and all of a sudden it's like, I didn't know that. Another level. All right. So here's another one from owner. It says, just started using the nutrition app. And can you run a similar title app, i.e. bioenergetic harmony circulation, with digital nutrition app like Blood Harmony, back to back or same time? Also, the nutrition has vitamins, etc.
You know what?
Says here, what exactly does the circulation app provide to the blood, or just the IML? So, okay, digital nutrition. Well, first of all, here's the thing: the body is the filter, or I should say, the body is the sorting agent. Okay, let's put it this way: when there are frequencies going into the body, and none of these programs, if you're running the pink app, the first phase of that app is for the app to look at your resonance field, look at you as a body in space and time, and find the resonance. In other words, the tuning fork for you, right? And then once it finds that, whatever the purpose of the program is, it starts to find frequencies to amplify that purpose. All right, but it's for your body. It's going to be very unique. So even if you're running a program that your body doesn't need, it's still going to be tuned into your body, and it's going to amplify in some fashion. It's going to assist in some fashion. It's not going to down-regulate you. It's only going to amplify and up-regulate you. So even if you're running programs that don't seem to be like coherent with each other, okay, they're on two different planets, but still it's the same body, right? Same body, two different areas of the body, whatever. When you run them at the same time, your body's still going to discern and then guide how that program functions with you. So there's really not a wrong way to do it. It's about time efficiency. If you're running an hour-long program and you didn't need it as much as another one, that's okay. It's not a waste of time. It's just, you're going to be amplified. You didn't need the amplification very much, but we can always improve somewhere. So yes, when you're working on certain nutritional mixes, these mixes are designed for goals, whatever it is, circulation, whatever it is, brain, thought, emotional balance, whatever. They're designed for goals, and there's specific nutrients, vitamins, minerals, nutrients that support that chemically in your body. And it just improves cell receptor sites, increases bioavailability of things you've already taken in. Doesn't mean you don't have to eat. It means you still need to take in raw materials. It's just these frequencies can help amplify the cell's receptor sites and the body's assimilation of what you're taking in. Does that make sense? It's just it just helps it helps your body be synergistic with the nutrients you're ingesting and amplify their effectiveness. Okay. All right. Let's see, where are we? Dory wants you to post a link. There it is. You got the link to that video. Yep. And by the way, you can find all these on our YouTube channel. Everybody.
Yeah, and make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you get notified, or subscribe and notifications are turned on the YouTube channel. So when we do add new content, you get a little pop-up reminder there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, turn that. So yeah, so like Jake said, when you subscribe, you hit the subscribe button. Then there's another option to get notifications. And you click on the notifications, and then you'll get a notification anytime something new comes up. Stay in the loop.
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay.
So also, I mean, make sure on the YouTube topic, make sure you are also subscribed or checking the Healy World official YouTube channel on a regular basis as well, because there's a lot of great content. The new videos on the essential oils module and plant power database are both available there as well. So that's kind of like the corporate, the fully produced, product videos and stuff are all available on there as well. So, and they have, that's where the whole Healy Shorts section came from. There's so many great short, 1 minute long or less testimonials and that kind of thing available there as well. So certainly check out that section too.
So Kenny's got a question here about the Wellbeing program. It said that, 5 years ago when I joined, I had the Wellbeing program, and now it says that your subscription has expired. When did it expire? How do I get it back? So yeah, there was an initial time in which we could have that database.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know all the details.
It was. I think it was end of 2021. I think when that first came out, and everybody got access to it. It was supposed to be for, I think, 90 days or something like that. But for a lot of people, it ended up being a lot longer. So it was actually never intended to be a program that everybody gets for a lifetime. It was meant to be sort of a free trial as well. And depending on someone's addition and when it was updated and that kind of thing, it may have stayed there longer for certain people, longer than others as well. But that's actually a normal message to have received. Probably should have been received a few years ago, actually. But that actually is a normal thing. And right now, the only way to get that back was actually a subscription for that. I think it's like $8 a month. You can just add it via the Healy shop. Actually, I can just go ahead and show that actually where to do that.
Yeah, if you had a program on your device and you never did any updates, and it gets taken out, you don't do an update, it actually won't subtract it unless you delete the app or you do an update, and then it changes all the your what you have access to. But yeah, that's another reason why people are able to hold on to something once it's, I guess, deactivated.
Yeah. Let's see.
The Wellbeing was also, I thought, part of a promo too.
Yeah, it probably was. I'm trying to. It's been a few years since that came out, but I'm trying to think if it actually what exactly it was part of there.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I think we're all caught up on everything. As a follow-up to that digital nutrition package, guys, I mean, that's an amazing. I mean, I had never heard of digital nutrition until Healy. What is digital nutrition? And then, but it makes sense because I do study epigenetics. I understand and study how we can influence cell receptors or cell systems outside of the cell, right? We can stimulate certain activity genetically, and so those 6 pages. There's 12 programs per page, 6 pages, 72 programs total in that module. That is incredible in terms of how it can interact with your body to help stimulate groups of nutrients, not just one at a time, but groups to help promote a condition, a state of being, a way of bodies performing. It's incredible. I use it all the time. all the time. There's one that I love a lot. It's called what's it called? Joy of Life, I think. That's one of my favorites. If you ever feeling blue or you need a little pick me up, that one's a good one.
Okay. Kenny had the question there, how can I contact customer service to see if I can get it back? So related to well-being, if it is something where for some reason you were supposed to have it for a lifetime, Christian is actually from customer care, or actually the tech support side as well. So he could possibly check your serial number to see what the activation looks like on that. If you want to check on it tomorrow, our customer care team and tech support teams are available via live chat from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So you can just go to our Healy shop, and in the lower right corner, you'll see a chat with us icon. Just click on that and you'll be connected to one of the members of our team. So. Okay.
Okay, so what else we got here? Okay, so here's another question on the blue dot. You have resonance, and you can pick meridians too for analysis. The lower on the blue dot has meridian and asks you to buy. Can you clarify? Yes, because the lower meridian one, that's for the mag healing, and that's a paid for module in which you can use the mag Healy to do an analysis from the meridians of your body. Okay, so that's different. I know you got a couple of meridian things going on here, right? And even though we're talking about the same modality, in other words, the meridians are meridians in your body. There's lots of them. But what we're doing, whether we're accessing or amplifying those with the pink app and the Meridians programs, Meridians 1 and 2, or we're doing an analysis with the blue app and we're using just the Meridians pages as the analysis database, or are we using that separate Meridians category down lower in the choice lines, down lower? That's going to be associated with the mag Healy, and it is a paid for subscription to use that. Okay. We also have the essential oils database now. I mean,
yeah, plant power database too, which is plant power is not essential oils is a separate module. Plant power database is actually part of the resonance databases. So like those sections where you would see Bach flower, Alaskan gem elixirs, if you do purchase plant power, it shows up there, not as a separate module on the main menu of the Analyse app.
just keeps adding and adding. And, just think about it. If you guys were to start with Healy in another year from now, if somebody that are coming in a year, it'd be a whole lot more cool stuff. But you guys are going to be old timers, even though you think like I'm brand new right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Christian, for putting all these links and responses there in the chat. So, yeah, you mentioned, so the free trial was supposed to have ended at December 31st, 2021. So yeah, it's been 3 years since that came out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. What do we have? Good question, Dory. Is there any talk of doing a trial of the essential oils in plants?
Well, no is the quick answer, but for something like essential oils, it's a very small. It's a monthly subscription. There is no one-time purchase option, so it's I think $7.30 a month. So you could think of that as your trial, I suppose. You know, if you want to do it for 1 month and just see how it goes. If you don't want to continue it, just cancel it, and then you paid $7 for that 1 month trial essentially. As if you want to continue it on beyond that, great. Maybe it's something that you find a lot of value in, as a lot of people have already. There's 101 different essential oils that are analyzed when you're doing that particular analysis via the module. But yeah, the Plant Power database is a one-time purchase, so there is no monthly subscription option on that. But I think that was 180 or $190 one time for a lifetime access to that. But as of right now, there is no plan to do any sort of free trial related to either of those.
All right. And Lindley's commending it's brilliantly accurate.
Yeah.
Well, again, I mean, are you surprised? I hear this too. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how eerily accurate this is. It's because I don't think we look at life in the very tiny, because that's actually where we're interfacing with everything. And when I say the very tiny, I'm talking about at the electron or the molecular level of things. There's such vast amounts of information passing through per second, per millisecond. And we're just not aware of it. We're plugging along, doing our gardening, doing our job, driving our car, talking to our friends, eating our dinner, whatever. We're just plugging along and don't really realize all of the things going on in the background. 800,000 cells per second, ladies and gentlemen, recreating you to the tune of 800,000 per second. I mean, skin cells, bone cells, muscle cells. I mean, every 7 years, you're not the same human body, period. None of you, not a single piece of you is the same. It's been replaced. It's been regenerated. And so we don't look at things from that perspective. We just plug along, taking for granted all this stuff going on in the background and go, I'll just wake up the next day and expect it to happen again. Healy and this technology can now interface at that level of tiny. And it is through the consciousness. It is our consciousness. Every thought has energy. Every feeling has amplitude, has power. And those thoughts and feelings are constantly pulsing information into the world all the time. You phase in and out billions of times per second. When I say you phase in and out, you disappear and come back. What? Wait a minute. I can see myself. Yeah, it's because you can't see that fast, right? It's so fast. You're not seeing the pulsing. Okay. So anyway, I just find it fascinating when I do this work all the time, and I'm always sitting there. Catch me daydreaming for a moment about the awness of this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting comment. I think I mentioned it on Tech Tip Tuesday before, but as far as the essential oils module being brilliantly accurate, I've had some of the highest relevances ever that I've had for an analysis when doing the essential oils module too. When you read through the results as it's going through there, it's like, yeah, I would say this is like dialed in real good stuff.
Yeah. And the effectiveness too, because you can just go out and buy those oils, right?
Yeah, it's great to be able to, like, it's fun to be able to incorporate both,
Yeah. If you're wondering, well, what oils do I pick? You see that rack of like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what to get. You
Yeah.
see that huge rack of oils. You're like, what do I get? Well, there you go. There's your list. Just go down and pick them off the shopping list. And our olfactory nerve, that's some of that's the senses that we, our early survival mechanisms, because there's certain senses that don't shut off even when we're asleep, right? You know what they are? Sense of smell and your sense of hearing. They don't ever shut off. I mean, just if you know, don't believe me, just talk to a mother of a newborn or, you know, or mother or father of a newborn. You hear that baby's smallest little whimper, right? And you're sound asleep. The mom's sound asleep because she's exhausted from, you know, from that whole early that pregnancy and then birth and all that. And she's like, ah, baby's asleep. And one little whimper and man, she's right back awake. So, and same thing with the sense of smell. You know, ever smell smoke in your sleep, you know? There's a instant trigger of you know, of alarm, of fear, of fire, right? That's embedded. So very powerful sensory inputs. Okay. Kenny's asking, where is essential oil module? So that is in your Blue app.
Yeah, it's in the Analyze app, but let me just show. So if you're wanting to know where to get it, you know, you can. It's once you purchase it, it's available in the Analyze app. Typically near the bottom there, the last module listed. But if you just go to your Healy shop, this is just go to your shop and then go to app modules and databases, and then you'll see here. It's on the top row. Healy Advisor Analyze Essential Oils module. You just click on the item itself, and then it's going to ask you to pick. I'm not logged in right now, so none of my devices are listed. But if you're logged in, any device you have on your account would be shown in this section. You pick the serial number of the device that you want the subscription added to, and then you click subscribe now, pay for it, and then, you know, again, it's month to month. There's no long-term commitment there. It's $7.30 a month. Very cool. I definitely recommend trying it out as well. I think you'll really enjoy being able to use it. So that's there. And then when we were earlier, we were talking about the Wellbeing program group. So same thing, if you go to the shop, and instead of going to app modules and databases, if you go to Healy program groups and then scroll down, you see here you can purchase. Some of these are one-time purchase for the module. Other ones you can do for subscription. But if you scroll down here to the bottom, Wellbeing, $9.70 per month, and you'll see this comes with, well, you know, since you mentioned you had it already, but body, mind, and spirit there.
That's great stuff. Okay. What else we got? I think we're caught up, Jake.
I think we are, yeah.
I like it. I like it. I think Christian's even caught up. Lots of great stuff in there, by the way, you guys. If you want to save the chat, there's some links and such in there and things you like. Then in your chat box, probably the top of your window there's three little dots. You click on those three little dots and you can save chat. There's a spot on there that says save chat. You click on that little save chat, and then at the end of our call, when we shut the call down, there'll be a notice that pops up on your screen. Now, this is if you're on your computer or laptop, not on a smart device.
I'm not quite
It'll
sure
come
how
up
to
there
do
and
that.
it'll show you save chat, and you can save chat and you'll have it, right? Create a file for you.
Yeah, we do have our big monthly call, Frequencies and Friends, coming up next week. So the first of the month is on a Saturday. You know, typically Frequencies and Friends is on the first, but you know, it's really the first business day of the month. What happens this month in February, coming up to be February 3rd. So definitely that's a great call to be a part of. All the new announcements, any new promotions. A lot of times we have different speakers as well. Ken's been on there many times. Actually, Ken, I think you're going to be on this coming one, aren't you? On Frequencies and Friends, or am I?
I might be. My recording might be.
Yeah. So anyway, you might see Ken on there, but yeah, it's always great. About an hour-long call, way to kick off the month. And then if you're looking for how to join or register for that, you can just go to our Healy Americas events.com. This is our event calendar. You see, we're still in January, so we have everything listed here. This is where you can also, the link for Tech Tip Tuesday is the same every week. It doesn't change. So, but if for some reason you lost it or couldn't find it, it's you can just go here and you can click on these. It takes you right to the meeting to go right into the every single Tuesday there. And then you'll see what we mentioned Monday, February 3rd, Frequencies and Friends. If you click on this link here, it takes you to the page to register for that. And then you'll get a link in your email for how to actually attend the meeting. So I'll put this website's link into the chat here too. This is a great resource. And if for some reason we have to miss a Tech Tip Tuesday, cancel it for 1 week, it would be posted here as well. It would just say, cancel or something like that. We try to put those notifications in our Telegram page also, but this is another good place to check for that.
I like the fact you can just click right on the event itself and takes you right there. Yeah, so it's an active link. Brilliant stuff, right? Okay.
We got about 8 minutes left. Let's see.
Lightning round, guys. Anything anything interesting coming to mind? Hopefully you guys are getting some benefit from this call. Definitely tell your friends. There's all kinds of resources. It's your show, basically. It's all for you guys. You guys dictate the direction. We fill in the blanks when there's no question. So we start diving down the theory rabbit hole. Let's see. I think Kenny's asking if there's any special deals coming up. Well, there you go. Frequencies and Friends.
I would say join us on Frequencies and Friends Monday, noon Eastern time, via that link too. And then also make sure you're subscribed to our email newsletter. Because if for some reason you miss Frequencies and Friends, we do post the recordings for Frequencies and Friends, Tech Tip Tuesday, that kind of thing on our YouTube channel that we showed earlier. So you can always go back and review that. But after each Frequencies and Friends, we also send out a recap basically that has all those details too. So if you go, we shared it a few times already, but if you go to the Healy shop, scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see there's a section here to put in your name and email, and this will make sure that you're subscribed to our email newsletter.
There you go. From Healy World straight to your inbox.
Yeah.
It's handy. I mean, keeps you plugged in, keeps you informed. Yeah. You got to read them though. Don't delete them. Lily's, thank you for the compliment. Lily says, I always get benefits. Thanks. You're so welcome. That's why we're here. So I was gone last week, guys. I happened to have been invited to Washington, D.C. to be a speaker at the 2025 inaugural Make America Healthy Again benefit for the new administration. I was invited to be a speaker and presenter. It was to me, it was a big honor to be able to speak to America about what I believe that we can do with our health through frequency. I talk about that no matter where I'm at because I know it's a vital part of our health. I know it is available to everyone. You don't really have to relearn much because the body is the intelligence. And the moment that we're able to switch the frequency signaling in our body, it heals itself. So I feel like it's super important that we talk about that and share that, and don't be afraid to share this technology. Healy is a technology that's extremely useful, far in advance of its time, and yet non-invasive and designed for carrying around with everybody, right? So it's a very effective way of signaling better instructions to this biological body. And we need to start working on that, guys. We're constantly signaling things with our mind and the thoughts that are not serving us. And this is a great tool to even overcome some of those thoughts. So, so anyway, I'm honored to be able to have had that opportunity, and we'll just see how much further the reach can be with you know, with an administration that's more open to healing. I feel like the model of health has been, I don't know, maybe not amplified, maybe not allowed to grow in proper ways. And to empower people means to give them a tool to help themselves, not to keep them held hostage to something that I make. I'm not the healer, the body is. So let's just show how that works, right? So what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we have a amazing tool here at Healy, and I think, you know, in the coming years, more and more people are going to be kind of realizing just how powerful, and what we've been doing here at Healy for 5 years now is kind of where everyone's wanting to go in the future. Something that's 100% natural. You know, that's a big thing going on right now, is trying to, there's so much synthetics and whatever, and you know, the direction the country's been going for a long time now, not just in the last 4 or 8 years or whatever, since the early 1900s or whatever.
Yep.
And I know when microcurrent was kind of like shunned and put away and whatever. You know, so hopefully this is a start of kind of that next revolution where people are wanting more and more of these natural ways to kind of just help harmonize and balance what's going on there. And you know, it's even little things like, okay, the plant power database that we just launched, the natural you know, information patterns of over 500 different plants and stuff like that. You know, it's just, there's so many different features and modules and databases and things we can access here at Healy, whether it's the Bach flowers or the plant power or the Alaskan gem elixirs. And there's so much that we have at our hands.
I love that. It's a natural way of healing. So, and like you said, like Jake said, guys, microcurrent's been around since the early 1900s. It really has. It's got a track record. It's got an effectiveness. It was just shunned. And so, you know, the moment we just stop shunning technologies that are useful, just that alone, just stop putting a suppression on the freedom of you know, plant medicine and frequency medicine, and you know, things that we don't call medicine anymore. We call them woo woo, right? Yeah. So anyway, so I'm excited to be able to be part of a movement, and you're all part of it too. You're all part of it because you have a Healy, you have faith, you have belief, you have an understanding around what's called the non-physical, right? Nikola Tesla talks about it. You know, and science talks about it, the non-physical and the ability for it to heal. It's a real thing. So, all right, guys. Dory's asking where the recordings are and the speech. It's coming. You know, they're still processing all that content from that event. Eventually, they'll be somewhere, be able to see that. But like I said, I talk about energy everywhere I'm at. It's not separate from us. And think about this, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to leave you with this. You're not separate from your healing, and what you're doing in your life that's benefiting your body should be something you teach, should be something you preach, should be something that you share. And the people you love trust you, and you can't unexperience something. You know, when you have an experience that's real, that's heartfelt and genuine, you can't unexperience that. And people can't say, no, it didn't happen to you. You know, you say, yes, it did. I was there. So make sure you shout that from the rooftops, you know, and make it real for everyone. We need to share that and have more faith and confidence in ourselves, that the rest of the world needs to know that. How about that? All right. Thanks, Jake. Thank you, Christian. Thanks, audience. So glad you're
Yes.
here.
Thank you, everyone. Great support as always, Christian, and amazing as always, Ken.
I love
Great
it.
to have you back. You know, it was just 1 week, but awesome to have you here every week.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate being here, and thank you guys for being here. Click on that save chat if you want it before we get off of here, and we'll see you next week. How about that?
Perfect.
See you on Frequencies of Friends, everybody.